Saturn is moving into Aries. Let's talk about what that could mean for each rising sign. Aries rising, Saturn in your first. This is a full identity reckoning, my dear. You're learning to embody a new kind of leadership, not reactionary, but rooted. Weight of responsibility can start to press on your physical body. We need to take care of ourselves these next 3 years, okay? You may feel restricted or called to mature rapidly. Saturn in the first is a little tough. It's going to ask you to discipline those impulses. Square from Jupiter in Cancer brings some pressure from your home life. Do you continue to act from reaction, or are you moving towards being a healed root? You gotta watch out for burnout, body fatigue, tension between the family needs and your personal ambition. Remember, you are growing and expanding. If you've had to keep yourself safe with your family, it's hard to do both. You might have to make a choice. Taurus rising, Saturn in the 12th. The invisible world becomes your crucible. Saturn drags you into your own subconscious, asking you to confront fear, to confront isolation, all the karmic loops. Spiritual discipline needs to become your medicine. Jupiter square coming from the third says you can't think your way out of this one. You need to learn to speak your truth, even when it feels like it should be forbidden. Grieve what you've never let yourself say. Watch out for sleep issues, bad dreams, like repressed grief, resurfacing, call to retreat. Seek some therapy if you haven't already. Gemini rising, Saturn in your 11th. Friendships, your networks, your dreams for the collective are under pressure. Gee, no kidding. Who is really your ally? Who is using your genius and giving you nothing in return? You're being asked to commit to a cause that is larger than your ego, but not to abandon yourself in the process. Jupiter in Cancer squares through the second. Protect your value. Do not give that magic away for free. For friendship breakups, boundaries being tested, especially with community. Start investing in sustainable dreams. Cancer rising, Saturn in your 10th. It is time to step up. Saturn's knocking on that door of your legacy. How do you want to be remembered? It's a test of public identity, purpose of what you've built. Pressure to perform or to conform may be a little bit immense at this moment. Jupiter is here to remind you that the dreams are still yours to define. They're still yours. Don't become what they expect. Become what you were born to be. Watch out for authority issues, especially with career. Career overhauls may be a possibility. You could get pressure from parents, institution, bosses. Leo rising, Saturn in the 9th. Your beliefs are going under a reconstruction. You may question literally everything right now. Religion, politics, what you know, especially the people you once trusted to surround you and guide you. Saturn wants devotion. He doesn't want dogma. Jupiter in Cancer that's going to square us from the 12th. That spiritual awakening must come through surrender, not domination. Teachers may fall at this point. Mentors and guides and older figures of authority can fall away at this point. But your inner temple is being built to be stronger than ever. Watch for the pressure to prove your worth. We don't have to do that anymore, Leos, especially when it comes from mentors or bosses or other people of authority. They know it. Fuck 'em. Virgo rising, Saturn in the 8th. This is your initiation into the underworld. Themes of power, sex, control, debt, death, magic, inheritance, it all arises. Saturn here wants you to get serious about your shared resources and all of your emotional contracts. Jupiter square from your 11th, okay? Showing that tug between merging with community and freedom. Can you be vulnerable and still be protected? Can you trust people and still lead? Watch out for financial entanglements, karmic relationships popping up, shadow work. Libra rising, Saturn in the 7th. Relationships are being rewritten for you, and that's great because you just dealt with the South Node. So we've had all those lessons, all that pain. Let's rewrite the story. You're learning when it comes to commitment what is sacred and what is sacrificial. Saturn asks you to take partnerships seriously and release what's not sustainable. Square from Jupiter will be in the 10th, so that's public identity, possibly job and career. How do your relationships affect your reputation? How do the people you commit to help make you expand and shine in the way you want to? How do your relationships affect your calling, affect your destiny? Scorpio rising, Saturn is coming into your sixth. If you don't feel good for the next couple of years, you need to go to the doctor. Saturn does not like it when people pussyfoot with their health in the sixth house. Your daily life is going to become a crucible for growth. Saturn demands routine, discipline, and health. Burnout will be real if you don't honor your limits. Jupiter is in your ninth and he's squaring and he's pushing you to dream bigger. He's like, come on, I want your everyday to be a little bit bigger, a little bit more expansive. How can we make this your job? But all dreams need to be structured. Your belief system must now be lived, not just theorized. Okay, we can't just talk about it. You got to do it. Watch out for health wake-up calls. Numero uno. Pressure to do it all, to get it all done, to figure it all out at once. Integration of creativity and spirituality into your daily life. Passion is a must. Sag rising, Saturn in the fifth. Not one of my favorite ones, but hey, once we figure out how to be authority in our fun pleasure house, it gets better. This is a test of your joy, a test of your creativity, how freely you can express your soul while still holding responsibility, while still being in this world. Saturn in your fifth can feel like a dry spell. You'll be frozen until you remember that devotion in itself is an art form. Jupiter in Cancer is going to be squaring from the 8th. What are you willing to risk for joy? What must you release to be fully alive? If I find my joy, I find what I can share with others. Watch for creative blocks, romantic limits, redefining parenthood, or a lot of inner child healing. Yeah? Capricorn rising, Saturn transiting your fourth. You're rebuilding from the roots up. Family, home, ancestors. Saturn is going to press on your foundation, asking you to get honest about what truly nurtures you and what doesn't. Jupiter is going to square from the 7th, okay? This means that partnerships will test your core. Do your partnerships, do who you commit to, do they support who you are? Are you rooted in yourself or are you clinging to the past? It's time to parent yourself. We get to do that when we're older. We get to reparent ourselves and heal all that. Aquarius rising, Saturn in your third. You're being called to master your mind. Communication becomes serious, focused, and maybe even a bit strategic. Your voice is a tool of change. Jupiter in the 6th is square in all this. Your thoughts must now match your actions. You must incorporate how you speak, how you think into your day-to-day to really become a master of your own mind, to not take on what everyone else attaches to you. It's not enough to dream the change. You have to do it. Watch how your mental patterns affect your nervous system. Watch out for neighborhood issues, sibling issues, tech issues, boundaries, contracts, mental fatigue. Finally, Pisces rising. Saturn will be in your second. Time to learn how much you're worth, okay? This is the time to define what you truly value. Your money, your self-worth, your resources. Saturn wants a solid foundation. No more illusions, no more leaky containers. Square from Jupiter is coming from the 5th. This will test your desire for play, love, artistic freedom. You must build the vessel that will be able to hold all of your gifts. Watch out for budget shifts, change in the monies, okay? Self-esteem lessons, and by the end of it, voice activation, all right? Saturn in Aries, a little bit scary with his square with Jupiter, conjunction Neptune. That also means Saturn in Aries is going to get a lot of resistance. It'll be interesting.